today. Good evening, Littleton. Welcome to the Select Board meeting for July 11th. Is it already? Yeah, that's right. July 6th, 2022. Sorry. We'll start, as we usually do, with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Clerk?
Got it. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. All right, just one item on the agenda tonight. Confirmation of our new Assistant Town Administrator. I'll pass it off to you, Mr. Ansaldi, for that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we started this process, we had 30 applicants. Of that 30, I selected the top six to interview. We only ended up, by the time we were scheduling the interviews, somebody already got a job, so we were down to 5. And I formed a committee that consisted of Gary was on it, Alicia, Dudley Benjamin, our finance director, our fire chief, Bob Connor, Elder and Human Services Director, Liz Trediak, our Human Resources Director, Michelle Vibert, as well as myself. And we conducted the 5 interviews. And I have to say, we had 5 really, really good candidates, strong candidates. It was a very, very strong pool. And, the general consensus of the committee was Ryan, who rose to the top of that list. Ryan, it comes to us from a really great municipal background. He started his career back some time ago working in the city of Newton. We actually had very similar career paths because Ryan was doing what I was doing for public safety in Brookline. Ryan was doing it for the DPW department. From there, he ended up going to become the assistant town administrator for the town of Middleton, where he spent a number of years working, like I did, for a 40-year career municipal manager. And then from there, Ryan was the town administrator of the neighboring Boxborough. Ryan had a lot of opportunities to work with us in Littleton as far as IMAs with the LCTV and the animal control services. So Ryan was familiar with Littleton and certainly with some of the folks that work here. From there, Ryan went to the town of Wenham, and then it leads him to here in Littleton. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I know what Ryan can do. I think he's going to be a great addition to our team, and really looking forward to him to start, take some of the burden off.
What a ringing endorsement, huh? How can you pass this up?
I know, well, that's it, but it was one of the things that Anthony made fairly clear about how much work was going on, and so I've been forewarned about that. But if you don't mind, Anthony, I'll just say a few things. So first of all, thanks to the board for having a special meeting tonight. I appreciate that. I realize this is a one-off, but where both Anthony, I think, and myself, we're eager to get this going, in the summer. I appreciate you having the special meeting tonight. I also wanted to thank the committee, in particular the chief, Michelle, and Anthony, and all the other folks who are on, and of course Gary for being on that and putting my name forward for this. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm married. I have a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old. In terms of my interests, apparently all I do these days is just drive my kids from baseball game to baseball game. So my youngest is on an all-star team this year. I'm helping coach one of his teams, and he's going to Cooperstown later this year for a tournament. So he's very excited about that, as are we. So being a father and being a husband are very, very important things to me, and so that's really where so much of my time is being spent when not in the office. So as Anthony provided a little overview of my career and where I've been, I can tell you in my experience in Boxborough, I've had a lot of overlap here with the folks in Littleton. First of all, working with Kirby Dolak, who I see in the room today, and Mark on LCTV. Of course, with Littleton Electric Light and Water, I've done a lot of work with Nick Lawler. I'm looking forward to working with Nick and his team again. Very, very, very capable group over there. So excited about that. Tim, your town moderator, is a colleague that work with in the area in Carlisle, and so having a great town moderator is a super thing. And lastly, Abby Reap, who is a Boxborough resident and former chair of the Boxborough Planning Board, is also an employee here in Parks and Rec. So it's kind of interesting to be in this environment where I know so many of the people, and of course know Anthony professionally. So being here is something I'm really excited about, and excited about this opportunity. In particular, I'm excited about the things that you have coming down the line. You've got an MSBA school project that's coming along, the redevelopment of the IBM project, which is exciting, and of course the senior center, which you're looking to set funds aside for to build a new senior center soon. So I think those are the things that you always want to have. When I think about being excited about this position and excited about doing what I do, it's about being involved in projects where you can leave an imprint on the community for years to come. And I see a lot of those projects coming down the line, and I think this is something I can be really helpful to Anthony and the board in helping you achieve those goals. And I'm just really excited to be here. So again, my thanks to everybody and to the board for having me tonight. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Thank you very much. Any board members want to speak to this today?
This is probably something you certainly covered in your interview, but what made you want to come to Littleton?
Sure. Well, I think, having some of the exposure that I had before and knowing the community through my contacts, and of course, that part of it, I knew how much was happening here and how much activity was occurring, and just what a great community it was. So I think where you work is really important in the municipal environment, and Littleton has a great reputation. And very honestly, I think Anthony has a great reputation as well, and understandably so. So I think I'm excited about that opportunity and how we can mesh with one another. And as he had said before, just the help that I can provide and the experience that I can provide to help complement what he's attempting to do. It's a lot of hard work in the town administrator's office to be able to do things and do things successfully, and it's a lot of hard work, but I think it's incumbent that the TA and the ATA get along well, and I'm optimistic that Anthony and I are going to have a great working relationship moving forward.
Excellent, thank you.
Sure.
Mr. Wilson?
Yeah, no, I said it on the interview. So for certain, your level-headedness, your experience, all those things rose to the top, and you definitely showed that you have a lot to bring to the town, and you spoke well of Anthony, and you continued to speak to that throughout the interview, on wanting to compliment him, like you just mentioned, and being part of that team. So we just hope you love Littleton as much as we do. So welcome.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, too, in talking to everybody, just one thing after another. Cindy, to your earlier question, people have said great things about the team that Anthony's built here and the support that they've provided. And it's really important for me to fit in to the existing structure and complement that. And I feel entirely capable about doing that, and I'm excited to get started.
Thank you.
Mr. DeCoste?
You use the term mesh, and I think that's a good, based upon your summary of working with different people in the community, whether it be with LCTV, the intermunicipal agreement we have with the animal control.
That's right.
Just knowing different people, having worked with Anthony and Tim and others in the past, I think that's great. I also, in speaking with some other folks that you've worked with in the past, just kind of doing a little bit of diligence to a person. Every single one of them said that you'll be a great fit, and you'll do just that. You'll come in seamlessly, and I'm excited about that. Having spoken with some of the members that were in the review process, you clearly came to the top, and we're excited that you're interested in Littleton, and clearly we're interested in you. So thank you very much for coming forward, and we look forward to hitting the ground running.
Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate those comments. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't really have any questions. I will defer to the committee, who I trust implicitly. And I think it's easy to, make fun of the craziness around here and say, welcome to the monkey house. But the truth is that this is a really exciting time. There's a lot going on, and we do have a chance I think, to have a pretty significant impact on the next 10 or 20 years in this town. And I know that there's basically an infinite amount of work to do, and Anthony does a lot, and I hope that bringing you on will double that. So there'll still be an infinite amount, but we'll get twice as much done. I think I'm really, really happy we found someone who's a good fit, and welcome.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Do you like apples?
I do. I think,
How do you like them
is
apples?
it-
No reason.
Is there orchard work that's coming up? I think I'm
Do you have
getting
a
that sense.
lawnmower?
Yes,
You own a
okay.
weed whacker.
Cindy's going to get me after the meeting. I know, this is, I have a sense of where this
Do
is.
you have a
gonna be.
pole pruner? Well played, Anthony. Well
All
played.
right, do we have a motion? Do we need a
We do,
motion?
Mr. Clerk
Mr.
has the
Clerk, could you
motion.
read the motion, please?
I gladly move that the Select Board vote to confirm the appointment of the Town Administrator of Mr. Ryan Ferrera for the position of Assistant Town Administrator for the Town of Littleton at grade 13, step 6, with 4 weeks vacation.
Second?
Moved by Chuck, seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Motion passes 4-0. Welcome.
Thank you very much, thank
Very
you.
exciting.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
And you're starting tomorrow?
I think we're talking about the 18th. If I start with, if I
You got
start with
plans
some
tonight?
vacation, there's only,
I am working on a packet, so.
there it is.
So the 18th that's great. That
Yes.
You can have next week off.
I can have that. There you go, there you go. But thank you all.
Thank you.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you
We
for
really
coming
look
out.
forward to it.
Yep.
Wanna go to picture of mine?
Is the ATA
Oh,
here?
yeah.
Is that
That's,
what it's
yes.
There it
That
is.
is-
Should we do a picture?
All right.
We're going to take a picture.
Okay.
Everybody?
At least you.
No, I think I should.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay, thank you.
Is that good?
Just a little bit, so get the event.
Everybody in? Everybody okay?
Just the sun shining on your head.
It's like prom all over again.
Okay.
Do one landscape if you could, please. Thanks.
Got it.
I work with Kirby, he already knows my good side. And he keeps reminding me it's neither, so, that's
You'll fit right in.
Yeah, hey, that's it, well.
Oh, great.
Well,
Motion to adjourn.
So moved?
all right. Second? Need a second?
Second.
Moved by Cindy, seconded by Chuck. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. We stand adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Next meeting is the 11th.